What's up, theme park fans? Welcome to another episode of E-Ticket Insight. We are at Universal Studios Hollywood. We've got a lot going on here. Things are really starting to get interesting at the park in terms of construction on both Secret Life of Pets as well as Super Nintendo World. And we've got a whole lot of brand new CityWalk news that we're going to take you through. So we're going to start this video off here in CityWalk as more changes are on the way. It's Sugar is still behind walls. They're doing some sort of work on the facade. It's been like this for months. I have no clue what they're doing. Let's take a look. It's possible they could be installing some sort of archway. That is a good question. And this week, they announced two closures. Of course, Tony Roma's and Howl at the Moon will both be closing soon. Actually, Howl at the Moon is already closed. That closed yesterday, the 17th. Tony Roma's will be closing on Halloween, October 31st. So if you're visiting for Horror Nights and you want to get one more of their burgers, now's your last chance. Of course, there's Tony Roma's all over the place, so I don't think it'll be a huge loss. But we are getting something new, at least, in NBC Sports Grill and Brew, which is another Universal-owned Orlando restaurant dining experience, which opened back in 2015. We're finally going to be getting what appears to be a very, very small version of that within the Tony Roma's location. Should be a nice sports bar. They have not announced what is replacing Howl at the Moon. My guesses are either Cowfish or Big Fire Grill. Still no word on Toothsome yet, though I'm pretty sure it's coming. I believe that Universal is waiting for a specific lease to expire. But it is nice to get those unique restaurants here in Hollywood. The more things Universal owns in CityWalk, the more fun stuff we get. So I don't mind seeing either of these two locations go. Let's further traverse. Still no word on what's replacing Element. However, they are using the building right now for a Telemundo shoot. And we can clearly see inside of it. And it looks like they've done absolutely nothing to the interior. And still no word on Angel. It's still sitting here. It still says new retail concept coming soon. I really wish they would just tear this whole building out and put a hotel here. You guys have no idea how bad Universal Hollywood needs a Universal hotel. At least for the growth of the property itself. And over at the Secret Life of Pets, they are doing a lot of the final treatment on the actual show building itself. So they've given it its paint job, which is the generic Universal Studios Hollywood. This is a soundstage, not a ride show building paintwork that matches a lot of the sound stages inside the back lot. And if we move over, we can see that some of the scrims have come down for the side-facing facade. And it is very, very detailed. I don't know if any of the other scrims on the other side have come down yet because I haven't been in the park yet, but it is exciting to see that this is slowly coming to a head, and I think this ride's going to soft open a lot sooner than many of you expect. So let's head into the park now. Let's see what's going on. And here we are. Now it is a Halloween Horror Night, so we're going to have to really rush through this construction update. But it's good to be back. This is loud. I hope you guys are going to be able to hear me. But while Waterworld is occupied by House of a Thousand Corpses, it's actually down for a temporary refurbishment. There's no actual date as to when Waterworld will return, but Universal has confirmed that it will be in a couple weeks. So likely it'll be back in time for the holiday season. So the walls for the Secret Life of Pets ride have been pushed all the way up. And now it appears the construction site takes over most, if not all, of Baker Street. Also, the Walking Dead attraction is closed, only open for Halloween Horror Nights. Yes, and the actual entirety of Baker Street is occupied for Secret Life of Pets. However, there has been an interesting development, and that is the placement of this sign right here. Illumination Pets Place. Does that mean Baker Street is no longer going to be Baker Street? It is now Pets Place? Also, since Minion Way occupies Despicable Me and Super Silly Funland, Pets Place occupies former Baker Street. Does that mean that we are actually going to get an Illumination Land? I think that's an interesting theory. And I do believe this is the first time that Illumination has been used in this part of the park. So I'm starting to think that the fate of the Parisian Plaza may be up in the air, and I'm very curious to see what happens. And of course we can see that other side of Secret Life of Pets facade that has been revealed. Very buildingy, very New Yorky. It is very detailed and awesome. And it looks like the rest of the scrim up here in the front may be ready to come down probably as early as next week. We can get a final look at the apartment facade and the entrance of the ride, which is really exciting. Does it make sense to keep Parisian Plaza or Paris Street from that matter, since this is going to be an Illumination inspired area? I don't exactly see anything keeping them from tearing down Parisian Plaza and turning this whole area into Illumination Land. In fact, that makes a whole lot of sense. And of course, now we've made it to Nintendo, and this show building is gigantic. A big recent development is, of course, the inclusion of a third floor. It's not known what's for sure going to be up there. Alicia Stella, who's a well-known Orlando insider, said this may be used as an extended queue space for the ride. And of course, we also have a lot more steel going up. It's really growing, and this building is just ridiculous. Now, I originally predicted that the main entrance was going to be down here, but I failed to take into account that they rotated the show building 90 degrees counterclockwise for the Hollywood version in order to fit it in and get a bigger Mushroom Kingdom area. I'm now thinking the entrance is either going to be right here, like right there, which would make a lot of sense, or it's going to be over here on the second level, kind of on this side. And then once you exit the ride, you'll either come through here or over here, or you'll exit all the way over there. It's going to be very cool. Just think about it. They're building a Mario Kart ride. I've grown up with Mario Kart, so the fact that we're getting like a legit, full-fledged mega attraction is going to be awesome. And it's very noisy construction. Let's take a closer look. And this is about as close to the actual construction site that we can get, because there is Stranger Things extended queue. But we get a closer look at that third level. Again, Alicia Stella said it may be extended queue. I think it could either be offices, but I do know that this area right in the front is not going to be accessible to guests. Whatever's on this third level, it'll only be within this building right here, because the building is peaked, and that's of course to justify, you can see it goes up and then down. That's to justify for rain, but this area is level. So it could be offices, it could be extended queue. We can see workers are working. Look at them. Hi guys, they're building Mario Kart. And then the rest of the Mushroom Kingdom. Now before they started construction, about 6 months before they started construction, there were height balloons. And the tallest point of the land is actually this structure right here. And whatever the building is, whatever they're putting right there, is going to reach up to about right here. Cannot wait. This is going to be great. I'm really excited. And then now we're going to take another view. I'm actually recording this after the fact. This is an overview of the Super Nintendo world between Transformers and the Jurassic Cafe. Taking a closer look, zooming into the Mushroom Kingdom area. The only things we can actually clearly see at the moment are the fact that there are 2 levels, obviously. It continues to grow, as it should. And it has a very, very different layout from Japan's, which makes tracking this whole project very difficult. And this is just another view from the Starway. I actually prefer this view because it gives you a better idea at the Mushroom Kingdom area and its relation to the Mario Kart ride. And it also shows you the backside of Jurassic Cafe and how that, as well as the Panda Express, sort of complicate the layout and make it really, really confusing to predict what's happening. But I think I may have discovered just how Jurassic Cafe is going to integrate with Super Nintendo World. Now, while I was peeking through the Dino Play area, I actually noticed these two vertical steel beams. These are brand new. This whole actual walkway area is brand new, and the beams, assuming they build something on top of that, are actually going to be level with the second floor of the Jurassic Cafe. Now, one has to wonder, how valuable is the second level of Jurassic Cafe? From my understanding, it's just offices, and of course they have that extended seating area which never gets used. So what if they were to leave Jurassic Cafe but build and expand a small portion of Super Nintendo World onto that second floor and relocate those to a different area of the lower lot? I don't know, maybe someplace around here. Now, I'm just totally guessing because the layout is completely confusing me, but it would be cool to get a bigger footprint by building on top of the second level of Jurassic Cafe and using as much space as they possibly can. That's actually one of the reasons why I love Universal Studios Hollywood so much, is because of its bizarre challenges and the bizarre things that they do to overcome these challenges. And then something I also forgot to mention while I was on the upper lot is that there are actually Christmas lights all over the place, man. Looks like they're basically ready for Christmas once Halloween Horror Nights ends. And it extends all the way through the lower lot, all the way along the shop facades and the roofs and Panda Express. It's going to be very festive. I cannot wait. Now, as a heads up, if you are visiting Halloween Horror Nights and you want that sweet merchandise and you have an annual pass, you do get your discount during normal park hours. However, once Halloween Horror Night begins, you no longer get your annual pass discount. You're gonna have to pay full price. So if you are doing the 2 p.m. day-night combo, definitely stock up on your Halloween Horror Night merch during the day. Probably leave it in your car and then come back and enjoy the rest of the event so you can get that discount. Any discount is a good discount. Now they're starting to get ready for Halloween Horror Nights. I'm going to call this video a quits. Thank you guys so much for watching. Do me a favor, hit that like button, subscribe. I would like to grow as a channel. I can't do it without your help. Be sure to follow along E-Ticket Insight for the latest Universal Studios Hollywood news and all other theme park news. I like to sass it up on Twitter every now and then. Thank you guys so much for watching, and don't forget, please don't hit the props.